Hello students, this is Nirmalendu Nirmal. Today we are going to learn a new topic, and that is about the unitary method. Consider the following examples. Okay, if the cost of 12 pence is equal to 96, then can you tell me that what will the cost of 1 pen? Obviously very easy it is. We can find out the cost of 1 pen very easily. We will divide the total cost by the total number of pence. No, the cost of 12 pence is equal to 96, then cost of 1 pen is equal to 96 by 12, it means rupees 8. The cost of 1 pen we have got. Then easily we can find the cost of many pence also. That cost of 5 pence will be what? Rupees 8 into 5. Why? The cost of 1 pen is 8. That's why the cost of 5 pence, how will you get? We'll just multiply the cost of 1 pen by the required number of pence. So the cost of 5 pence is 40. So it is very easy. Suppose that the cost of one chocolate or one toffee, the cost of one toffee is 2 rupees. Then what will the cost of 5 toffees or 4 toffees? Obviously 2 into what? Rupees 2 into 4. It means rupees 8. So it is very easy. If we know the value of 1, then easily we can find the value of many. We will multiply. So here two things we'll have to keep in our mind. What? That if the value of many are given, the value of many are given and we have to find the value of 1, then we will divide. Okay, if value of many are given and we have to find the value of 1, then we will divide. But if we know the value of 1 and we have to find the value of many, we will multiply simply. This thing we will have to keep in our mind, that when to divide and when to multiply. When we will have to find the value of 1, we will divide. When we will have to find the value of many, we will multiply. Then 1, simply 1, then divide, and many, then multiply. Okay, multiply. Now that more examples are there. This was the example 1. Now example 2. That weight of 6 identical means same, same type of, similar. So weight of 6 identical articles is equal to 2.4 kg. So what will the weight of 1? Obviously we will divide. What have I taught you, or we have learned that if value of 1 we have to find, then we will divide. Okay, so 6 the weight of 6 identical articles was what? Is 2.4 kg. Then the weight of one article will be 2.4 by 6. So we have got 0.4 kg. This is the weight of one article. Now we can find the weight of many articles. Simply we will multiply. We know that if value of 1 we know, then value of many easily we can find out by multiplying. So the value of 1 is 0.4 kg and we have to find the value of 8. We will multiply by 8. So 0.4 kg into 8, it means what will be? 3.2 kg. So we have got this. Now you see that the method in which we first find the value of unit means one or single. Okay, so the method in which at first we find the value of unit or single quantity and then use to find the value of any required quantity. The quantity means what? 4, 5, 6, like this. So that method is known as unitary method. Let me repeat. The method in which we find the value of 1, value for one quantity and then find the value of many quantity, then that method is known as unitary method. So here what have we done? Here also we have done what? At first we have found the value of 1 and then we have found the value of many. So here we have used the unitary method. Okay, the method in which at first we find the value of 1 and then the value of many, that method is known as unitary method. So in the example of 1 also we have done the same thing. We knew the value of 12 at first. So at first what we have done, that we found the value of 1 and then the value of many. Value of 1 then value of many, it means here also we have used the unitary method. Okay, now examples, you see that cost of 15 pence is this much, 360 rupees. Then what will the cost of 8 pence? Simply here also we will use the unitary method. And what is the method? At first we'll find the value of 1 and the value of required. Okay, value of 1 will find, then value of required number. So value of 1, how will you find? 15 pence is what? The cost of 15 pence is 360, and we have to find the value of 1, and we know that if we have to find the value of 1, then we will divide. So we will divide here. So we have got 24. Now value of 1 is 24. So value of 8 will be 8 into 24, it means 192. So it is very simple, very easy, and it is very useful. We use it in our daily life also. So many examples are given. You will practice these things. Okay, value of what? That 380 rupees. For 380 rupees, a man can buy 12 articles. Then how many articles can be bought for 512 rupees? So here what will you do? That 380 rupees, okay, for 380 rupees the man can buy 12 articles. So for 1 rupees he can buy what? How much? We have to find the value of 1. It means we will divide. So 12 divided by 384 articles, and then we will find the value of many. Many means what? Required number. So value of 1, we know that this is the value of 1, and value of many we have to find. Then we will multiply. So 12 by 384 into 512, it means 16 articles. Okay, 16 articles. So if any person can purchase 12 articles for rupees this much, then how many articles can be bought for this much rupees? So this is the answer. So one thing you will have to keep in your mind, that when to keep one thing on the left side, on the another thing on the right side. So always try to put that thing, that quantity on the right side which is to be found. Suppose that in the question, in the previous question, we had to find the what? Cost. We had to find the cost. Okay, we have to find the cost. So cost we have kept on the right side, and number of pens here, number of pens on the left side. Okay, so whatever we'll have to find, that will that should be kept on the right side. Okay, now here also we have seen that here we have not kept the cost on the right side. No, because we have not to find the cost here. Okay, here we had to find the number of articles. What? Number of articles. Cost was already given. So here we will not keep the cost on the right side. Here we have kept here the number of articles on the right side. So always remember that whatever we'll have to find out, that we will keep at the end of the statement, not left or not right, we will say at the end of the statement. Okay, so here we had to find the number of articles. That's why we had kept the number of articles at the end of the statement. So this is very, very important to solve this type of questions. Okay, so the same thing is there, that while applying unity method, a statement is made in such a way that whatever is required to find is written at the end of the statement. Already I have explained this. Now we find the unit of the other quantity which is written at the beginning of the statement, and at the last we will get the quantity unit. Okay, obviously we can get that it is the article was there, so no unit will be there. Here we have to find the cost, or obviously we had to find the cost, so cost will be represented in the unit, and that is rupees here, because everything has been what? Cost has been given here in rupees, so answer will be also in the rupees only. Now we have understood these things. So some examples are there, you will try to do. Okay, so you can do, just try to do. If you face problem, then you look, then you see the solution. At first you try to solve the example yourself. Okay, now example 4, this also you try to do yourself. Otherwise let me explain one example, that 18 men can do, okay, can make 90 identical tables in one day. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, here 18 men, okay, 18 men are there, and they can make 90 identical tables, means same type of table in one day. Got it? In one day they can make 90 tables. How many men? 18. So find how many men will make 20 such tables. So it is asking for the number of tables, sorry, number of men, that how many men will be required to make 20 tables in one day. So here what will we do, that in one day 90 tables are made by 18. Okay, here we have to find the number of men. number of men. So number of men will be written at the end. That we have learned that whatever to be found, that should be written at the end of the statement. So here number of men has been written at the end. So in one day 90 tables are made by 18 men. So in one day one table will be made by 18 by 90. Okay, 18 by 90 men. Okay, 18 by 90 men. So in one day 20 tables will be made by how many men? So 18 by 90 into 20, it means 4 men. We have got the value of 1 and then we have got the value of many. So we have used the unity method here also. So now we have got the answer 4 men. So unitary methods consist of two types of variations. In the unitary method also we see the two types of variation, and those are direct variation and inverse variation. What is the direct variation and inverse variation? It is very simple. Direct variation is that type of variation in which quantities are what? Here you see quantities are said to be in the direct variation if on increasing one quantity the other quantity also increases, and on decreasing one quantity the other quantity decreases. So it is very simply, it is directly related that if the one quantity is increased then other quantity also increases. If one quantity decreases the other quantity also decreases. Suppose that if we talk about the number of packets and their cost, suppose that the cost of 4 pen is equal to what? 20 rupees. If we find the cost of 5 pen, then that will increase. 6 pen, obviously that will increase. If we will decrease the number of pen, the cost will decrease. So here they are in the direct variation. They are showing the direct variation. Okay, they have the direct variation. Why? Because here if we will increase the number of pens, then the cost will increase. If we will decrease the number of pen, then cost will decrease. So they show the direct variation. What is the indirect variation? Here that indirect, I am saying inverse variation, that two quantities are said to be have inverse variation if on increasing one quantity other quantity decreases. If we increase one quantity then other quantity will decrease, and if we decrease one quantity then other quantity increase. Just opposite. Okay, if one increases then other decreases, if one decreases then other increases, means in the opposite manner. Okay, if this type of variation is there, then we say that what? It inverse variation. Inverse means opposite. So example is also given. Suppose the number of men and the number of days are taken by them to complete a certain work. Okay, then clearly the number of men is more increased, the number of days will be less. Suppose that few people are doing any work in 10 days. Suppose that 10 men are doing any work in 25 days. 25 days. If we will increase the number of men, obviously that work will be done faster and that will take less days. It means suppose that we will take 5 men, then what will be the work will be the work will take, means it will be completed in more days. It will take double time because we have reduced the number of people. No, so it will done in 50 days. If we will double it, then it will be completed fastly. In the 12.5 days it will be completed. So what we have seen, that if we increase the number of men who works, then the required number of days decreases. If we decrease the number of men, then the required number of days increases. So they show the inverse variation here. So we have understood this. Now using direct variation, some examples are there. We have to do these examples. So example 5, a car running with the uniform speed. Uniform speed means at the same speed, it is not going to vary. Okay, suppose that all the time now the vehicle, okay, the car is running at the 60 km per hour, and after 2 seconds also 60 km per hour, 60 km per hour. It means it is not going to change. All the time it is running at the same speed. It means we can say that the car is running with the uniform speed. It means same speed, with the same speed, and it covers a distance of 96 km in 3 hours. Okay, it covers the distance of 96 km in 3 hours. Then how much distance will it take, will the car take in 5 hours? running with the same speed. Okay, if speed will remain same, then how much distance will it cover in 5 hours? So we have to find the distance. So what we know, that whatever is to be found, that should be written at the end of the statement. We have to find the distance. So distance will write at the end of the statement. So here in 3 hours car covers 96 kilometer. So in 1 hour car will cover what? 96 by 3 kilometer. It means 32 kilometer. Now we have to find the value for 5 hours. We know the value for 1. Now we have to find the value for 5. So in 5 hours the car covers 32 into 5 kilometer. Okay, it means 160 kilometers. So we have used the direct variation here. Okay, because the number what the timing will be in time will increase, the distance covered will be increased. So here it is showing the direct variation. Okay, now some more examples are there, so you will practice these examples. These are very easy. Okay, so this much only, you will practice all the examples again and again. I say that examples are also very important. Then only you will be able to do all the questions of the exercises also. Okay, now so this much only, all the things of the proportion chapter has been covered. In the next session we'll learn about the chapter 10. We'll study chapter 10. The chapter is about sets. Okay, so till that time all of you do the exercises of this chapter, and we'll meet in the next session with the chapter sets. All of you, bye, have a nice day.